Hi everyone and welcome back. Today we are at the Horseshoe Bend Military Park and there got me a pow right here. A big pow. But we're here today because it's rival weekend and we wanted to watch some ball games, so we didn't get out and go camping this weekend. Alright everybody, we are inside the museum here at Horseshoe Bend, and I'm just going to walk through and give y'all a quick look around. And if you want to come out here, this is a nice place to come. They can answer all your questions. Ooh, big gun. Oh, I'm sorry. Boomstick. There we go. Well, we got a lot going on here. And this right here is what one of the soldiers would look like. And this is the wall that's out there across the field that the Creek Indians built as protection. And right here we got some of the projectiles that was used. Cannonballs, musket balls, even got some arrowheads over here. There's some grape shot right there. We're gonna go on around. And there is the Creek warrior with his battle club. And of course he's on the other side of the wall. Yep. There's a lot of maps, war sticks, and there's a replica of a dugout right here. And this was their canoe. And here's some rattlers that they have used lately. Those are actually made out of tin cans, but before tin cans were used, they used deer hooves, and they used turtle shells like this right here. They'd wear them around their ankles when they danced. And this was for their ball game that they played. And this right here is a little diorama of the Creek Village. My shadow's in the way. I can't do this without getting my shadow in there to mess it up. But yeah, let's get right there. That right there is the diorama of the village. We're fixing to ride up here to the first set of places. I was going to hike it. We was going to hike this trail. They got a 2.8 mile trail here. We was going to hike it, but my wife's blood sugar went low, and I'm afraid to do that. We got it back up, but we want to be safe about it. So we're going to ride around the horseshoe in the river, and I'll explain that a little bit more if you're not familiar with it in just a moment. All right, if you come here and you don't want to do the 2.8 mile hike, so you just want to ride around this place and see what's going on, it's a fairly easy ride. You may have to get out and walk up to a couple of spots, but there are key points where you can pull over and be seen and see what's happening, and they've got these little markers out there to tell you what happened and where it happened. We got a picnic area over here if you want to make a whole day out of it. But the first spot is right up this little road right here that goes around on the inside of the hoop of the Horseshoe Bend. So let's go take a check out at the overlook. All right, we're at the overlook right here, and this is where the nature trail starts. Now, me and April, we usually start the nature trail at the ending of it. because there is a hill on this trail that will wear you out if you go from the start to the end. If you go from the end to the start, it's not so bad. Just a little bit of info for anybody out there who might want to take this trail, but just ain't wanting to sweat it out so much. But right over there is where the trail ends. All right, we're up on top of the overlook now, and about a half a mile away is where the Creek Nation built the log barricade that was used by them as a defense against Andrew Jackson and his men. So this is just an overlook. We'll be coming back to you in just a moment with another one of these overlook deals, and it will probably be the one where the cannons were set up. I'm not positive in the order in which they come, but we're going to stop at all the overlooks and let you see that. But this is what the overlook looks like. It's got an information sign out here to tell you what happened here, what the significance of it was, and it's got a little bit of a shelter for you. And right up here at this overlook is the beginning of the nature trail. But like I said before, April and I started at the end and come back this way because of the hills. All right, y'all, we have just left the overlook, and we're at stop number 1 on the tour around this horseshoe. But that right there is the Tallapoosa River. And that little piece of land you see right there, slap dab in the middle, is a place called Beans Island. Now, Andrew Jackson had some of his people get on that island before the battle started. And what they did is, when the Creek were trying to retreat at the cleanup of the battle, if they were trying to retreat, Andrew Jackson's men were ordered to shoot them. They say that the river run red with the blood. But they were on that island right there, waiting for the Creeks to try to escape. While General Coffey's men took positions across the Tallapoosa River, Major General Jackson stationed his remaining soldiers here in front of the Red Sticks log barricade marked by the white post. In this field, about 1,400 of Jackson's 2,000 men were Tennessee militia. 600 were regulars from the 39th U.S. Infantry Regiment. On both sides, the tension built while the cannon shot slammed into the barricade. At 12:30 p.m., the drums began to beat the long roll, announcing the order to charge. The army surged forward, and the battle had really begun. A cannon much like this one. This one right here is a 3-pounder, and they also had a 6-pounder up here on this hill. Now, if you will look right back over this way, you'll see that white fence post. And that's where the barricade was. But at 10:30 in the morning, that's when these cannons started blasting. And they blasted till 12:30 in the afternoon. Now, when Andrew Jackson had gotten word that some of his people had gotten in behind the barricade by use of the river, he ordered a charge. The barricade was still standing when these soldiers went to charge. That was a good barricade, holding up against cannon fire from 2 cannons for a little over 2 hours. So, yeah, they know what they was doing. But when General Andrew Jackson's men, General Coffee, and his group come in behind the barricade, that's when Andrew Jackson told his people up here on this hill to charge. The Red Stick, a militant group of Creek Society, built a 400-yard long barricade of dirt and pine logs, stretched from bank to bank across the horseshoe bend of the Tallapoosa River. The barricade protected Topeka, their temporary village. On a dreadful March afternoon in 1814, the barricade exploded with action. Nearly 1,000 Red Stick warriors bravely fought General Jackson's army here. About a third of these warriors carried muskets. The others used bows, arrows, knives, tomahawks, and war clubs. Major Munro P. Montgomery, leading the charge on the Indian defenses. Major Montgomery fell while storming the log barricade. Horseshoe Bend was his first battle, but the 28-year-old Tennessean, already a distinguished lawyer, was among the most promising of Jackson's officers. All right, we're back at the river, which we ain't there too far from it in this area. But General Andrew Jackson's men could hear the cannon fire, and the ones who had been across the river there swam across over here, stole the creeks, canoes, and even infiltrated into the village of the Creeks. And this is where the Andrew Jackson's men actually got behind the wall. So this is how they did it. They come up right through here. The village was right over here. That little area right in there was where the village was. So they actually got behind the wall right through this area right here. Like I said, all this right here was the village. Hey, y'all, right now we are actually walking through the area where the village was. Topeka. I do not know exactly how to pronounce it, but this is where the village was. Now, if you could, without the trees right there, I'm sure a lot of them trees wasn't there, and different trees have taken the place of some of them, but right straight up through there is where the fence line was, the barricade. But this right here is the area of the village. So we're walking through the village now. And right there behind this, right here behind all these trees right here is the Tallapoosa River, where it starts making the horseshoe itself. Yep, that's what this place is. Now, if you ever come and do this ride around tour, I don't know exactly what they call it, the driving tour. At all these little stops, you've got a little sign right here. It tells you that all you got to do is call that number on your cell phone and get a recorded message telling you what happened where. So that's something else that, you know, just a little something else to make this a more pleasant experience if you want to go that route. I don't even know if I got cell service out here, but probably do. But either way, it's just another way to check this place out. All right, we're at site number 4 on the little ride around tour, and it shows where the village was. This is the high ground around the village. This was part of the Creek Indians' decided idea of the high ground if the breastworks failed. And as you can tell from the video, hopefully, this is a pretty good sized little hill right here. But right here they would have had the high ground. And it was a way for them to get up through here and escape, if they had to, onto the Tallapoosa River. But stop number 4. Y'all, we're at site number 5 now. So, and this is the end of the road tour. And there was really nothing here at this little spot. But you can get out, walk around, look around. It's a nice place to come. We really like to do the nature trail, but we just couldn't see ourselves doing that today because of April's blood sugar. But all right, everybody, we are behind the museum right now, and on March 22nd this year, there will be reenactments of a type. They will be shooting cannons out here. People will be in period dress. They'll be shooting muskets. Some of the Native Americans will be here to show how they lived during that time and some of their stuff. They'll be doing the dance, and they also are going to be playing one of the games they have in the past played one of the games that they usually play. But if you want to come out here and see sort of like what life was like, this would be a cool place to go. Now, most national parks, national military parks, do not do reenactments because of insurance reasons. But they will be showing how the cannons fired, telling you how they do all that, musket loading and all that, and how the soldiers lived in their little tents and all, how they marched, how they survived while they was on the march. They'll just show all that to you. So if you've got any interest in history like that, it's a pretty interesting thing to come watch. So just remember that, March 22nd. And yeah, that's a cool thing to come check out. We have done it in the past, and what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to place some photographs that we have taken over the years of this event, and we're going to put them in the video. So yeah, give it a check out if you're in the area, or even if you want to make a trip out here for that, it'd be well worth it.